Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is a Bat Châtillon 25 ton, or 25 ton to you and me. It's a tier 10 French medium tank. It's located on the north spawn of, well, which is this? This is Steppes, and it's under the command of Aurorik78. And yes, we've got two replays for you featuring this medium tank, and another replay featuring the Manticore. Okay, he's managed to get off to a fast start. He's spotting tanks like major. Look at this. Huge numbers have already been spotted for his team. Right up on that hill. Hasn't picked up any spotting yet. But it's got a 105mm main gun, which is capable of using standard APCR, getting 390 alpha and 259mm pen. If he was using heat rounds, he would get the 390 alpha and 330mm pen, but Aurorik believes in firing standard ammo only and being accurate. And he's got 5 shots for each reload. That's capable of a burst of 1,950 hit points of damage, just like that. Well, not immediately just like that. It does take a little while to unload that clip. The intra-clip reload is 2.7 and 2.79 actually, and it takes a little shorter than that to actually dial in on target, so you can get accurate shots, but it would take you at least 10 seconds to unload all of the shells. In fact, a little more than 10 seconds, about 12 to be honest. At the moment he's just sitting in that bush and he's pretty well covered. I don't think the enemy can actually see him because he's so covered on each side. Yep, he's well and truly covered. So he can spot here, but he hasn't picked up any spotting assist yet. None at all. A lot of heavy tanks are over on the other side of the map, and there's a few tanks approaching our cap, but they're taking huge amounts of damage already. But he's not picking up any spotting for this whatsoever. Now, it's very likely that there is a light tank or some tank in between him and the heavies over on the other far side. In fact, actually, I don't see any light tanks in this game at all. Only medium tanks. And there we've got a Shure 4 making his way up the centre trench. Unfortunately, we haven't got any tanks in a position where we can actually hit him. The only one that could possibly be Waffenträger Panzer IV, and he's rather busy at the moment trying to defend against the Foch B and the UDAS 1516. So Aurorik has actually switched himself around, so he's facing the opposite way. There's supposed to be a standard B somewhere up ahead of him. We can see what the Shure 4 is doing, and now we can see the standard B, but he saw us as well, and now he's worried because we can assassinate him very quickly if we need to. Well, he gets the first shot, and he's also got a 105, but we'll unload into him, and he's on fire. And that's his first kill. UDA's over here, and we can do the same to him. We've got 2 shells available. That's more than we need, actually. But he's just going to go straight up over the top, come down the other side, and just wipe this guy out. He locks on. Kill. Now, he's only got 1 shell left. There's no enemies left on this side of the map, as far as we know. There is a Shure 4, but we've only got that 1 shell, so he's popped the reload to make sure that he's got 5 shells ready to go the moment he needs to. The Waffenträger is fighting it out with the Shure, and both and the Arty have actually moved. Now, hopefully, the Arty will help the Waffenträger to stop that Shure, and in fact, the Waffenträger gets the kill on the Shure, and that's the end of him. So now there's only, what, 7 enemies left? 9 left on our team. And in fact, actually, we've got the advantage on quite a few of the enemy. There's one of the Arty, the 212A. He's using the stock gun, not the top gun, and he's out the game. Okay, we've got a shot on the CC1 Mark II, but it's a long range. Fires one in. Yep, gets second kill shot. And he gets it! A blind shot at distance. And he takes out the CC1 Mark II. He's now got 4 kills. I'd also like to thank all those people who've expressed appreciation for getting to watch so many of Aurorik's battles. Apparently, he is very popular. Lots of people like to learn from the experts, and they're getting so much information from him. His equipment, by the way, he did actually tell me that the equipment he normally likes to have on tier 8s, and he's found the other Arty, which means Pascucci's, and he gets it. Now, he popped one shot at the Shah, but he didn't get a hit. Okay, going back to equipment, for tier 8s and tier 10s, he uses the Commander's Vision system, Bounty Exhaust, Bounty Optics. And he puts the Shah Future to death, and now he's only got 2 enemy tanks left to kill. One of them knows where he is, the Concept 1B, but he's a one-shot, but we've got to reload fully. And we're reloading right now. The Concept did fire at us, but now he's got to wait and reload, and we've only got a few seconds left. Can we get the kill shot? Well, he goes in for the ram instead, and he gets the ram. And that's the last kill of the game. And that's victory. That was a very effective game by Aurorik78 of SAMS in the Bat Châtillon 25-ton. He managed to get a first-class tanker out of that game, as well as a duelist for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him, a fire for effect for doing more damage than the hit points for his own vehicle, Pascucci's for killing both enemy SPGs, and he got a top gun for getting at least 6 kills. The last one he rammed to death. In fact, actually, he got 7 kills in total, so he was one short of getting a Radley Waters. His win rate from this game, 6,293, which is super unicum and quite a bit more. Let's have a look at team score. Well, there you go. Highest damage was 4,261 to Aurorik78. Second highest damage was the E5 on the enemy team with 3,184. And third highest damage was the Super Conqueror on our team with 2,806. So you can see, comprehensively beat both of the second and the third place. When it came to kills, he also got the top spot again. 7 kills to Aurorik, 2 kills to the Super Conqueror, the Jägeru, and the Waffenträger Alpanzer IV. And on the enemy team, the Foch B and the T95 both managed to get 2 kills apiece. When it came to base XP, he got that one too. So he's got the top in all 3 columns, and he managed to get over 1,000 base, and he's the only one to do that. He got 1,107 base experience points, 930 went to the Super Conqueror, and 917 went to the Chieftain Prototype. He fired 14 rounds in the game, only 1 shot missed, 13 direct hits on the enemy, 13 penetrations, 4,261 hit points of damage, of which 1,543 were at more than 300 meters. Those were the shots on the 212A and the CC1 at range. 4 hits received in total, of which 3 were penetrations, and 1 was a non-penetration. And remember, this tank doesn't have much in the way of armor. The heaviest armor is 60 millimeters at the front of the hull. Other than that, 52 millimeters, it's 50 millimeters at the front of the turret. So it doesn't have much armor, so that was probably a shot that hit the tracks. 7 enemy vehicles were spotted, 7 enemy vehicles were damaged, and 7 were killed. And he earned 124,969 credits from that game, including a 90,000 mission completion bonus. And on top of that, he got 7 bonds because it was tier 10, and 8,302 experience points out of that game as well on the ×4 day. So that's the first replay, a very good game in the Bat Chat 25-ton. We've got another game for you, and that's the Manticore. So hold on to your horses, because yet another fast game. The second replay is on the Pilsen map, and you can see the commander's vision system, the bounty exhaust, and the improved coated optics. Game on! Well, you can also see the achievement awards on the camouflage. Yes, he really does have that many ace tankers in this thing. Okay, the Manticore. Originally called Chimera 1955, but we couldn't use the name Chimera because, unfortunately, they'd already used it for another tank. You can see he's making a quick run right the way over to the railway line. Oh, crumbs. I'm surprised that didn't do any damage. Well, it did, actually. 132 hit points. Let's hope he's not going to miss that. But he is actually getting a long way up the railway line. So it's going to be difficult for the enemy to get close without being spotted. Commander's vision system should spot them way in advance. And we've got teammates coming up behind us. We've got two team members. We've got Fedderton of the RIPD clan. I didn't know there was a clan called RIPD. Rest in peace department. And we've got Radio Lives Matter. Or is that Radio Man Lives Matter? Even the Radio Man matters, yes. Oh, we fired a round in. Remember, it's a 105mm light a gun, and it's capable of doing 390 alpha, but you only get 20 rounds. Oh my God, look at this. The Manticore was hiding in the bushes, and he's gone. It was actually taken out by Radio Man Lives Matter. And it's actually quite funny, Radio Man Lives Matter, because most people never reinstall their Radio Man if he gets killed in a battle. But yes, you should actually, because it does give you an advance warning. And he's just taken out the UDAS 1516. There's a quick flip to turn around, do the U-turn. It does take a long time for the reload. The standard reload is 13.42 seconds. He's got a reload of 12.79, so it's slightly faster. He's still got his backup behind him. Both platoon mates are coming up. In fact, one's already gone past him and is coming up alongside him. And that's the choo-choo train. It's Fedderton and the Leopard 1 who's coming up with him. Oh, ran into the pipes. Well, there's supposedly a DBV-152, and he just took a big hit. Yes, look, he's gone. And that was the Caro 45T getting the kill. There's an Arty in the game, and oh, that's not something we want to see, but it's the Heshpan. But we're spotting him at range. He can't see us. He doesn't have the range to see us. And the Heshpan has gone down, and there's the Jägeru, the Jagdpanzer E100. And he's taking damage, and we're getting spotting whilst we're sitting in the enemy cap. Amazing. We have been spotted now. Okay, we're just moving off this position. Getting behind these hulls. The hulls for the Jagdpanzer 78. Of course, T means Czech, and this battle is supposedly on the Czech map. Okay, this is where we're going to jump into the air. Oh, yep, got it. Okay, so we're now spotting the enemy from behind. And there's the enemy RT. There's one of them gone. Oh, that's a Leopard. Not what we expected to see. But we've locked on, and he hasn't reloaded yet. We're going to take one round, yeah. But we're going to get him with the second. We do a bit of ram, and then we take him out. Wow, so that is his first kill of the... No, second kill of the game. And look at this. This is a 15-0 victory in under 5 minutes. It wasn't just a 15-0 victory. It was an Aurorik 15-0 victory in under 5 minutes. Yes, it was a very quick one. He got a second-class tanker out of that game, as well as a duelist for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him. He got a spotter badge for spotting at least 1,000 hit points of damage for his teammates, and he got a fire for effect for doing more damage than hit points to his own vehicle. His win rate was 3,373, which is Super Unicum standard. Let's have a look at team score. Well, he didn't get the highest damage, but I'm sure he did get a lot of spotting. The highest damage in this game actually turned out to be the Aurorik78, who got 3,896 hit points. Second highest damage went to the DVV152 on our team with 3,296. And the third highest damage was our Leopard 1. And that's obviously the Fedderton, the guy who was on our platoon. He got 2,669. We can see Aurorik got 2,229 and Radio Man Lives Matter got 1,512. When it came to kills, we can see that the Caro managed to get 2. So did the Manticore. So did Aurorik, of course. And 2 kills went to Radio Man Lives Matter as well. So, yes, where's the other platoon mate? There he is. Fedderton got 1 kill in the game. When it came to base XP, Aurorik got that one. 1,029 went to him. 892 went to the Aurorik45T. And 839 went to the T62A with his platoon mates. So there they are. There's Fedderton, 707. And the other one, Radio Lives Matter in the Phoenix, which of course is the Waffenträger Alpha E100, by another name, 646 base. He fired 7 rounds. Every round hit the target, but only 6 of them penetrated. 2,229 hit points of damage, of which 401 were at more than 300 meters. He did receive 2 hits, both were penetrations. One of those came from the Leopard 1 that he killed right at the end. And yes, he did ram him, surprisingly, to keep him occupied. And then he got the kill shot. 2 enemy vehicles spotted, 5 enemy vehicles damaged, 2 killed, and 5,294 hit points of spotting assist in that game. And that's what happens when you go that far up the railway line. You do need your teammates when you go up the railway line like that. Otherwise, you've got nobody to shoot into them when you do spot the enemy. So if you are thinking of copying that, make sure you've got a couple of fast guys to come behind you and get the damage on the enemy. He picked up 45,302 credits profit from that game, and he got 7 bonds, and he picked up 9,263 experience points as well, including a reward for 6,176 experience points as well. So, yeah, a very fast victory. I will put it into the scores on the fastest 15 nils. This is 4 minutes and 12 seconds. I think if I will do the edit now. Here's the list of the fastest games that have been seen by What Arty Noobs. And as you can see, Aurorik appears in position 12 at the moment with 4 minutes and 12 seconds. Just behind Andromeda, who actually had a time of the same time, but of course he was in a Fifi, a lower tier vehicle. When you get 2 tanks appear with the same time, the one that's there first obviously takes the spot, and the one that appears later obviously gets the follow-up position. But at the moment, it's fairly interesting because the fastest time is still that 2 minutes 47 seconds in a Cruiser Mark IV by Saint on the Mines map, tier 3 game. But we've had a lot of tier 10 games, and I'm pretty sure that we're going to see a few games from Aurorik appearing in this list. I hope you enjoyed both those replays. If you did, please give the video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching.